Yesterday, I see this story out of Topeka. Kansas Governor Laura Kelly talking about stadium spending, meaning the Chiefs and the Royals, and the 2026 governor's race. And look at this. Now, I don't believe Laura Kelly for a second here. But Laura Kelly tells this Topeka station, KSNT, that while she has not endorsed anyone, I have to see, her words, quote, I have to see what comes out of the Republican primary to be able to answer that. She said, I have never been one that says it's got to be a Democrat no matter what. I have always voted for the candidate, the person, not the party. Now, you tell me at 913-408-7957, do you believe for a second that Laura Kelly would come to the conclusion in 2026 that she is going to endorse a Republican in the governor's race?
She would if it's Dennis Pyle.
That's Gomer to you, but that's good.
Touche.
That's good. That would be an amazing about face. In the hyper-partisan world that we live in right now, where Laura Kelly is the head of the Democratic Governors Association. She oversees it. She's the head honcho in that Democratic Governors Association. Does anyone really believe that Laura Kelly would potentially endorse a Republican in next year's gubernatorial election? I appreciate her trying to sell me that bunch of nonsense. I really do. But I saw the quote, and I almost fell out of my chair. Laura Kelly, it doesn't matter what happens. There is no way that Laura Kelly is going to come out in an election next year when Kansas Republicans have the most powerful person they've ever had in the governor's office. I mean, you can go back to Sebelius, but I really think Laura Kelly quietly and underratedly has more juice and has moved the ball forward for her own cause by doing this whole middle-of-the-road thing, which she's been very good at. Whether you like her or not, she's been very good at that. The notion that she's not going to prop up her own party and handpick her own successor on her side of the aisle, that is nuts. But good on her, I guess, for trying to sell you on this thing. I mean, my goodness, maybe she might find some common ground with some of the more moderate candidates on the Republican side. But still, no way would she endorse that person. That's crazy talk. Now, what did she say about the stadiums? Chiefs-Royals deal on the horizon. Is that part of the equation for Laura Kelly's parting gift to the state of Kansas? Here's what she said about allowing the state of Kansas to cover 70% of the cost of a new Chiefs or Royal stadium through star bonds. She tells this Topeka station, which I couldn't find the audio of. You know, I like playing the audio, but I couldn't find the audio. So I've got the quote here. Quote, I think if you look back on all of the economic development projects that we have closed, have we laid out a bunch of money? ? Yes, we absolutely have. But it's always been calculated on here's what we will invest. Here's what we expect to get back to make Kansas a better place to live. And so we're doing the same thing with this economic development project, which is no different than any other. No. It's very much different. Very much different. Let's be clear on this. Taking the Chiefs from Arrowhead to the Legends is not the same as having a Panasonic plant pick DeSoto over Tulsa. You are just shifting bodies and shifting monies from one side to the other. And I don't like the Panasonic deal either, to be very clear. That deal is already coming in below what the expectations are out in DeSoto. They're already kind of peeling back the big grandiose promises that were coming out of DeSoto when they first broke down and first came to that agreement on those star bonds out there. That is, well, was that a star bond, or was that just kind of they gave away the farm on incentives? I'd have to go back and look.
I don't think there's star bonds there.
Yeah, I don't think that was star bonds.
It was just a piece of property that needed to be rehabbed. And you're like, oh, here's something.
But they gave away a ton of incentives on that thing. Same kind of situation, which is basically what a star bond is. So it's not quite a district like what the Chiefs and the Royals are looking at, but it's the same kind of idea where the state's incentivizing, air quotes, a company, a business, or a sports team to build on their side of state line. So I disagree on her assessment of what this is. It's not like a Panasonic at all. Instead, it's just let's get the Chiefs and the Royals across the state line and then figure out how to build a star bond district that in many ways is just going to use extra money from the taxpayer that could have gone to schools or roads or things like that and give it back to the sports teams. Now, maybe you think that's good business. I happen to believe it's bad business. 913-408-7957 is how you join us on KCMO Talk Radio. Donna's in Paola. Donna, good morning. You're on KCMO.
Hey, good morning. Yeah, I think Laura Kelly deserves the Pinocchio Award for the year because I'm going to call a big stinker on that one.
Yep, I'm with you there, Donna. I don't see it happening. I'm just making sure I'm not crazy here, you know?
Oh, no, we're all in the same crazy bucket thinking that no.
Oh, thank you very much there, Donna. I appreciate that. That's well
Thanks
done.
for what you do.
Pinocchio Award of the Year. It goes to Laura Kelly. And that's a high bar. You could give those Pinocchio Awards to a lot of these politicians on both sides in both parties across Kansas and Missouri. So that one's taking the cake, according to Donna and Paola there, John. That's good.
It's subtle, but I think it is one of the bigger ones.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. On the text line, somebody else trying to give her the benefit of the doubt. Pete, what if Laura Kelly learned something about her own party when she was the first to shut down schools on behalf of the nationwide party in 2020? Nah. Come on now. No way. She would not have become the head of the Democrat Governors Association if she was that fed up with her own political party. Because what she would have done in 2022, if she was that fed up, is she would have run as an independent. She would have flipped her party, or she would have become independent or something like that. She didn't do it. So I appreciate the nice thought, but there is no way that that's what's going on here at all. It's not it. It's just her continuing to basically say, well, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm not sure where I'm going to take this thing. But it is interesting that Laura Kelly wants, I believe, one or both of these two sports teams to come to Kansas to be part of her legacy. And then you have people running for governor on the Republican side, the other side of Laura Kelly, who also may want one or both of these two sports teams to come to Kansas to help them, potentially, going into 2026. Now, I don't think it really makes a difference. I don't think any Republican can really run on the idea of, I brought the Chiefs to Kansas. I don't think that's a game changer for any voter going into next year. I'm the guy or gal who brought the Chiefs to Kansas or brought the Royals to Kansas. I don't know anybody who would vote for a politician based on that, considering the team is already here, basically, just on the other side of state line. But you know what? When you're talking about very thin margins in a primary, which is what the GOP race is going to be next year, every little bit helps, I guess, right?